us.
You want me to give it a head?
Yeah, yeah. We're gonna mic up. We're gonna mic up Jennifer. Last time I said I was gonna mic somebody up, it was a bad date. But anyway.
Well, today can be a good date.
There we go. So how long have you actually been in business here in the mall?
8 months.
8 months. And how are things have been going so far?
They're going well. I'm actually looking at moving again.
Okay, because
Bigger
you're
store.
growing.
I'm growing.
What's that? What do you move to the right? Move to the right. All right. To the right. To the. I feel like I'm doing the electric slide.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa. Are we even on those speakers? I don't even know.
Yes.
We're not on those speakers. Kyle, how are we gonna fix that, bro? We gotta fix that for crying out loud. See there you see all we can see is the window glare. we gotta put something in front of that big window right there in front of us.
Yeah, in front of the camera, right?
We can put Raggedy Ann up there. We can put Raggedy Ann on display.
So you've been here 8 years.
Months.
8 years.
Yeah.
And
sounds good.
what kind of items? Like I know for a fact that I'd asked you about a month and a half ago, if you carried stuff for guys.
I do.
And you were saying, and I didn't know. See, I thought it was straight up for ladies. I wasn't sure. And then you told me that it was for guys as well.
Yep.
And I went in there and I found 3 pairs of pants.
Yep.
And I bought them.
Mm-hmm.
And
you loved them?
I do. I do.
Yes. Did anybody know they were used?
No.
They were,
no,
see?
No.
I have everything from infants to plus size in women and men.
Mm-hmm.
Home decor, housewares, everything is washed and disinfected before it goes out to sell.
Disinfected. How do we
Yes.
disinfect
Well, if it's a
pants?
shoe,
Yep.
if it's a shoe, I wipe it down with Clorox
Mm-hmm.
wipes, the inside and out.
Yeah.
So I'm not spreading any foot
Any
diseases
kind of
or
disease and
germs
stuff
from
like that.
one foot to another foot. And for
Gotcha.
laundry, everything's washed in hot water, baking soda,
Yep.
and a quality detergent.
Awesome. Okay. So what kind of things are you going to be doing in the future? Because your store is jam packed with stuff.
Well, I'm actually working at the moment with Parks and Recs and sponsoring a team.
Ryan Aubin.
Yep.
Yep.
We're going to be doing a food and toy drive next weekend, looking to raise 100 toys so I can help with the.
You're going to raise
holiday.
100 toys.
Well, that's my goal.
Okay.
That's the goal is 100 unwrapped toys and food, but we'll take whatever we can get and
Yep.
ship it on over to Ryan.
That's very good. So and that's pretty much what a thrift store does.
Yep.
Am I not mistaken there?
Give back in any way I can.
Yeah.
I give to the senior center, veterans, any clothing. And my goal for my future store is to have a room for the seniors and veterans to where they can get their clothing
Yep.
for free.
Gotcha. That's pretty cool. All right. Can we talk to you a little bit later as well?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. That's Jen. How do you pronounce your last name?
Pernagati.
Pernagati, and then it's
Brand spanking new
brand
thrift
spanking
shop.
new. And your hours are?
Monday through Saturday, 10 to 5, and Sunday, 9 to 4.
Paul's one of the co-hosts on Tuesdays and Friday mornings on Wolverine Radio with us, or SNSN. We don't even know who the hell we are anymore.
I know.
But
Except the owner doesn't know how to get SNSN.
I don't even know. So this is great with that glare right there. I mean, this is really.
Those glass, yeah. Get the window.
That's all you can't see anything now because it's
spraying out
coming through that window.
That's spraying your face.
Kyle, is there any way we can move that camera? Because it's useless, to be honest with you. Oh, well, let's put it out on the stuff, I guess. See if it kills the glare or something. Because really all you can see is, Paul, because Lisa looks like she's been beheaded.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
a good look for me.
Okay, so Kyle is going to go ahead and pan the camera outside into the Slater Mill Mall, as you will see a puppy dash by in a second.
Yeah, whose dog is it? Your dog?
I thought it was my dog for a minute. I thought it
did
was
too.
Howie, but Howie's not here today.
Where's Howie?
Howie, he just got groomed. He just got groomed,
Oh,
yeah. So he's actually getting tires changed in a car. That's what he's doing. That's what dogs do. Outside is about a guy that's trying to keep a girl in his apartment. By lying to her. It's raining out, but he's telling her it's a blizzard because he wants to sit here. Hey babe, have some more wild turkey. And just kind of hang out with me a little bit.
Are you going to ban that song?
No.
We're not going to ban it.
No. I feel it's a free for all, no matter what you do. No matter what you do. So how often have you come to this small location much?
The only time I've been here is for the Sunday when they have the flea market.
Yeah.
I've never been in here in a while since they've done this. It's
Mm-hmm.
pretty good. A lot of clothes in that shop next door, I'll tell you.
Yeah, brand spanking used.
Ooh,
Yep.
a lot of clothes.
There's a lot of stuff here. I mean, there's a bunch of new stores that have opened up. There's TM Shenanigans that opened up as well, which has a lot of really, really cool craft items and gifts within their store.
Oh, is that what's
So-
outside here?
Yeah, a lot of this stuff. They have so much stuff that they can't even keep it in the store. They have to put it out.
Wow.
They have to get out into the hallways and stuff. And the folks that have not yet seen this this mall, what it's shaping up into, really should come down and check it out, Paul.
Yeah,
That's why I invited you down so you
Yeah.
could take a look and see what you thought. There are more things that are going in downstairs as
Really?
well. Yeah,
Well, that's nice to see.
yeah.
Yeah, this was the mill that did the dyeing in, I believe. Wasn't it?
What's that?
Isn't this where they did the dyeing in this mill?
Well, I hope they didn't do a lot of dyeing here, but
No, you know what I'm talking about. Dyeing the
That
clothes.
kind of dying.
Dyeing the clothes. Yeah.
oh, okay, all right.
I believe that's what this mill was used for back in the day.
What's that?
I
Back
think
in the day?
Back in the day,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of these houses were here, too.
Okay.
They were part of the mill houses.
So, Kyle, just so you know, I just want to let Kyle, our producer, know on the other end that whenever we share the link here, it still says Wolverine football. I think you may have to do another stream.
Yeah.
So if you see something that says Wolverine football on it, just kind of click on it because then you'll be able to see what's going on here at Slater Mill Mall here in Jewett City. Not only is it just brand spanking used, but of course there is TM Shenanigans. Now TM Shenanigans started off with Tina Hagerman on Main Street, and it was a rather small location, and they had so much stuff that they just didn't have any room to put it in. So, so they
lot of
moved over
stuff.
here.
Good
They-
time to come down.
They moved over here. What do you got? Well, let me try it. Let me try it there, Kyle, and see what happens. Because when I just did it, said Wolverine football, and there it is. It just changed it now. Huh? Yeah, Kyle, why don't you go ahead and pan that camera around? Around the hallway, so you can kind of take a look. What's that? Yeah, just keep on going.
Straighten it out.
Yeah. So what do you think now, Paul, with the new stores that have opened up?
I think it's pretty nice.
Not bad, huh?
Not bad at all.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. And it's nice and clean, too.
It is very, very clean, and it's warm.
Yeah, it is.
And it's
Yeah,
warm.
Yeah, it's
very
nice and clean.
warm.
Yep.
So let's hand on over to Lisa. So, Paul, thanks for stopping by, bro.
Yep.
Don't you have a big shindig to go to today or something? Huh? Huh? Oh. So we'll see you Tuesday morning. All right, Tuesday morning, Paul Ash will be back with us on SNSN. It's 26 minutes after 1. We're going to be here till 3 o'clock today. Now, Lisa Coe, how the heck are you?
I'm living the dream, as always.
It's been so long.
It has
It's
been.
been so long. It's been about a week and a half.
It has been. I've been.
What's
well,
that, Kyle? Longer for Kyle. That's right.
I've been. Oh, yeah. Definitely longer for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that took me a minute to catch that. So,
Right.
yeah, no, I was away at the Fat Farm, and then I went to the psychiatric facility, and
that's awesome.
ran that right into my witness protection program. But I'm back.
Right into the witness protection program. So is your name still Lisa Feelhaber Coe?
It is, yes, yes, but I am coming up with an even shorter last name than Co.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
I think I'm just going to go with that senseless upside down letter E. So I'm going to just be Lisa Schwa.
um,
So
you
yeah,
could
that's my
change your
plan.
name like Prince did to just a symbol.
Yeah, I was going to do that, but I can't dance like him, and I certainly don't have the guitar chops. So
How long has it been since you've been in this mall? Since Frenchie's was here?
oui, oui, monsieur.
Do you remember Frenchie's, the restaurant?
I do remember Frenchies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I actually got drunk here once. I think they served beer. Did they serve beer?
I
If
think
not, I
so.
had my flask.
You had your
So,
flask?
yeah, probably. So, now it's definitely been a while, but it's been kind of on my list of things to do, supporting local businesses. And just walking in here, there's so many amazing little shops. And I'm like, oh, why the heck am I not, why am I doing this right now and not out there Christmas shopping? So
Not sure.
I'm going to have to spend some money before I leave. So there's, so there you go.
Kyle's doing both.
Okay, so we're gonna do all of that. Does this count, by the way, as a class reunion?
Well, let's see. We, uh, we, we, we have 3 here.
We do have the 3.
That's
Okay.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
So we have a quorum.
All right.
We
Excellent.
we definitely have a quorum.
Okay, Tim Sharkey, if you're out there. See.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna have to settle that later.
Yeah.
So indeed. So what else? What else up?
I don't know.
Up?
Hey, Kyle, I kind of got to ask you, what can we do about the internet connection? It just keeps dropping and coming back and dropping. I mean, it's both laptops. It's yeah. Huh? Yeah, it's dropping on the on that as well. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna have to restart everything here. Is what I'm gonna have to do. Yeah, because the internet. We apologize for the internet connection. The internet connection is a little spotty, so we keep dropping here and there. So unfortunately, there's not a lot we can do about it. What's that? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I just keep cutting out.
Well, we are still on dial-up, though, right?
Yeah, we
So,
still have dial up.
Yeah. Does anybody have one of those discs at home for AOL? Because
Yeah.
we need to load that.
Prodigy and that
Yes.
kind of stuff. So I apologize for the lack of internet connection. We're certainly trying to it's cutting in and out. It's really something that's not under our control. We're just doing the best that we can here. So, yep, there it goes again. Yep, it's just, huh? Well, I am over here because if you see the audio stream, it's just goes every 10 seconds. The YouTube is fine. Okay, well if the YouTube is fine, then now you should probably just we should tell people just to go to our YouTube feed and do it that way, and instead of on the air, because we keep losing the audio feed left and right due to just not enough bandwidth. Is that the way that it is? Let me try something else here, Kyle. Maybe this will work. Let me see if I can. See, Kyle, come here for a second. Like over here. Where's my internet connection?
Are we just actually talking to each other?
Hold on. Somehow it went on. Let's try that now. Let's see if we see. I want to connect this into Wi-Fi. So go here. That's got full signal, but it's not even showing on here. Huh? Yeah, it's crazy. What if I disconnect this? Will it all of a sudden look to that? No. There we go. All of a sudden it's there. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to go ahead and create an internet connection. So now I'm on the jetpack, Kyle.
Okay.
What are you doing? What are you showing on YouTube?
Yeah, I was trying to bring it in the camera. If you look over there, look at my computer.
Oh, okay.
Stuff live there.
Yeah.
See, I think we're good now. I think we're good now.
See, my answer to everything is either slap the computer or unplug it and plug it all back in.
Yeah,
Those are my two things.
those are your two things. That's pretty much it.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew I didn't have to get that damn nursing degree. The hell was I thinking?
I don't know what you were thinking.
I know. I have to smell a lot of poop.
So when are you going to be back in the studio again?
I gave you all of my days.
Oh, that's you did.
Yeah, Monday.
All right, so let's talk about the Slater Mill Mall once again. Tina's out there right now shaking some sort of container that has a whole bunch of tickets in it. Tina from TM Shenanigans. I wonder what the M stands for. Nobody really knows. If you come in and tell me what the M stands for, maybe you'll win a T-shirt or something like that. So Tina, come on in here. Tina Hagerman. Tina, come on in. Come on. What's that? We can do that actually. So, Lisa, why don't you give Tina the headset for a minute?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Here, you take the headset because I'm going shopping.
Oh, she's going shopping.
Are you coming right back? All right.
She's going shopping first. Oh
All
boy.
right. So we have the camera pointed out out into the into the hallway where everything is pretty much set up. So Tina, tell us the name of your store.
TM Shenanigans.
Okay. And what kind of stuff do you do in your store?
We do handmade gifts and antiques.
Yeah.
Some knit hats, scarves, Christmas decorations, just about custom T-shirts.
A little bit of everything.
You name it, we can do it.
So you're wearing a scarf right now, and it says
I am.
it even says the price.
It does.
So how long have you opened? Tell us about your store on Main Street.
Our store on Main, we opened about a year ago on Main Street, and then we decided to move over here to have a little more room. And we met a bunch of nice people down here in the mill and wanted to put something together. So here we are.
Okay. And how do you like the decision of coming here
I love it so
as
far.
opposed to being, say, on Main Street?
Well, we were kind of alone,
Yeah.
so here it's more of a family feel.
Okay. So now have you made friends with pretty much all of the stores?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Everyone's wonderful here.
What are your hours? What are your
We're
hours
open,
of operation?
We're open Thursday through Sunday, 10 to 4.
Yeah.
So you can stop by anytime during then.
What about, I mean, if somebody says, hey, I can only come in on a Tuesday.
I am more than willing to come down and meet them.
See, there you go. There you go. Unless they're a creeper.
Well, yeah, that might be a
If
little
they're a
difficult.
creeper, then that's not cool.
No.
So you guys are speaking of things that are cool. You're also giving away a $50 gift card.
Yes,
today.
we are.
It's a gas card. Am I not
Yes, it is.
mistaken? Okay. So, and there's no purchase necessary, correct?
No.
Nope. All you got to do is come on down and sign up for it for a $50 gift card. I know that Jen is also giving a gift card away or a gift certificate to her location.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what are the other stores in here as well?
We have G's Country Barn. She gave us a beautiful porch sitter with snowmen on it.
Mm-hmm.
She's willing to raffle that away today. We also have a soap basket from Gibson Guitars and a couple other gift certificates. So it's looking pretty good, all for free.
So a soap basket.
They make homemade soap.
Oh, okay. So,
Mm-hmm.
are they in the shape of guitars?
No,
I would
unfortunately.
think-
That would be really
No.
cute, though.
I would think so. Do they do? What else do they do over at Gibson? Do you know?
He
I talked to Scott the
He
other
has
day.
some antique toys, and he does a lot of music different musical instruments and
Yeah.
that kind of thing. So yeah,
Okay. What's your favorite item that you have in your store?
me. Right now I'd have to say the rope handbags.
Soap on a rope?
No, we have rope handbags. They're beautiful. They're handmade.
Can you get one and bring it in? And
I sure can.
Hey, Kyle. Kyle. Are you doing are you doing your roaming camera? Yeah, well, we want to see her rope handbags. If that's what we can do. Oh, and Lisa went rope handbags? What is this crazy stuff? They're
Right
in,
inside the shop. She is the artisan of the month.
So Jen, you're just a goof bag, aren't you?
She wants to do the can later, so stop on by. You might be able to see that. You never know.
God, what's on your nose?
Stickers.
This is Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. Goes with your red sweater on. It's a theme.
It's a thing.
It's like crisp. Yeah. Oh, so you can do them. Well, hold on. We gotta. Let's just turn this into a photo shoot.
Oh boy.
Hold on, I
You gotta
zoom in
pose.
on that thing. There we go. Oh no, you can't look at Tina when you're doing that. There you go. All right. On location at Slater Mill, it's QVC shopping right now. 1 to 3, Slater Mill Mall in Jewett City. So Kyle, I guess is he went over to
He
your
ran
store,
next door.
taking the
Oh,
roving
there he
camera.
goes.
It's kind of like a David Letterman kind of thing, isn't it? So right there, that's TM Shenanigans right there. See, the beauty of this whole thing right here is that no matter how many people are watching, it'll stay posted. Nice. So people can see it all the time.
That's
So-
awesome.
So you should probably go show them where the rope
I
handbags
probably
are.
should. I'll be
All
back.
right. All right, we're going to give the headset back to Lisa for a minute. And if you watch your monitors, you'll be able to see where the rope handbags are. Did you get a chance to see them, Lisa?
Not yet.
No. Are we coming over the speakers? No. No? Okay. It sounded like I was echoing or something.
No, that was your phone. Oh.
Yeah, I'm just playing music now, so what the heck.
Oh, so I don't need this thing.
Huh?
Or do I? Are we still on Facebook Live? I'm so confused, Michael.
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. There's no rules here.
No, we don't
No.
have any rules.
No rules whatsoever.
So how have you been? How was your trip?
There's a lot I can tell you about this off air.
Really?
Oh,
No?
yeah.
Nothing on
No,
here?
my dad's awesome. He's my giant. He's a hero.
Well, I got to speak to him for the first time in
He
a
wa-
long time.
He was so emotional over that. Oh my
Really?
goodness, he was. Yeah.
He was my scoutmaster back when I was a kid, and that's how I kind of hooked up with the whole Field Harbor clan.
That's how you became my common law husband. It's
sh-
complicated.
So what do you think about what do you think about Mr. Anderson back with us on air?
I'm so well, except I didn't know that.
You didn't?
So when are you on air? Oh, that's good.
gonna be doing
Well, it's your
games.
thing.
He's gonna
Well,
commentate.
I don't know if you can cover sports as well as I can, but because sports is my thing. I mean, everybody knows. Everybody knows. Football and basketball. Those are in my soul, man.
Yeah.
So go sports. So
It is Go Sports.
get the ball away from the other guys and get them into that thing.
Yeah.
Well, the other guys aren't looking.
So what
That's
I'm
it.
noticing is that there are a few more people coming in here to the Slater Mill Mall. Huh? You're good. Look good. It looked good. Everybody has something that they're giving away today. There's crafts that you can do here for the kids, and there is a $50 gas card that they're giving away. That's absolutely free, no purchase necessary. But you got to come down to the Slater Mill Mall on Wedgwood Drive in Jewett City. You can't do it from the comfort of your own home. This is not something that you can kind of, fire up on Facebook and say, "Oh, I'm going to enter." No, you've got to actually get yourself down here, fill out a ticket, throw it in there, and then while you're here, take a look at all the shops that are opening up here here in Jewett City.
Is somebody doing a food drive here too today? I see some
Yep.
canned goods and stuff.
You
so
can bring canned goods here
That's
as well.
awesome.
They're also taking unwrapped toys. So for all those keyboard warriors out there that say, "Oh yes, I support local business," well, today's a great day to come down and support local business. You don't support local business by liking a post.
That's true.
You don't. You support local business by coming in to their stores and shopping and to see if there is anything that you or your family or friends would like. That's how you support local business. Hitting like on a Facebook post does not support your local business.
Do you know how
period.
you could? Do you know how you could support local business today, Mike?
How?
You could buy me presents.
I could buy you presents.
You could do that.
I would love to buy you presents.
It is in my contract that
Huh?
I get 10 Christmas gifts from you each year.
You're the only one that has any monetary value.
So that's nice to know. So what you're saying is I can be sold for cash.
Huh?
What you're saying is I can be sold for cash.
Well, pretty much. There's that trafficking thing in northeastern Connecticut lately.
Yeah, because those traffickers are always looking for a kind of fat middle-aged lady, having hot flashes and stuff. That's hot. Get it? So
Where's the Raggedy Ann and Andy doll? That's what I want to know. Jen had them. Those are really cool. Did she?
what?
I saw her go one way with one, and then she had another one. And
They were real cool.
I have no idea. Just disappeared.
Just disappeared?
Yeah.
All right, so again, if you don't know where we are on Wedgwood Drive here in Jewett City, just down the hill from the school from the school campus. And there's a lot of stuff out here. They went to a lot of work to put this together today.
I'm really liking those rustic coat hooks made with the boards and the doorknobs. I think that is a really cool idea. I'm trying to think of a place in my house where I could put that.
Well, TM Shenanigans has a lot of really cool crafty items. There's G's Country Barn as well that they have, which is right down the hallway from us. I think you'd really like that store, actually.
You want me to try to do a walkthrough of that while you're talking about it?
Yeah. Matter of fact, Kyle's going to try to do a walkthrough that you'll be able to see on the channel here. Hi.
Hi.
So you got home safe. I'm glad you got home
I
safe.
got home safe. It was like the hardest drive ever because it was me against the road. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And I just decided I was not going to pull over until I absolutely had to. Do you know that fuel usage thing on your car that says how many miles you have left to empty?
Yeah.
It goes from 54 miles to empty to like a mile to empty in like 3 minutes. So I ended up in this really creepy place called Hamilton Manor. And it was a town in the Catskill Mountains.
Yeah.
And I can swear to this day I heard a lone banjo playing. It was about the creepiest place I have ever been. And I'm like, to hell with this. I know I only have another mile until empty, but I'm going to push this car to the next exit if I have to. And I did, and I survived.
If you're watching on YouTube right now, what you'll see is that you'll see Kyle Gunderman walking through G's Country Barn, which is one of the stores here at the Slater Mill Mall. This was a mall that was open up when we were kids. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what happened. I think that just everything kind of went by the wayside, and next thing you know, there's a revitalization effort here.
Which is awesome. And that's really great for this town because it's a place where you can put quite a few businesses and actually have off-road parking, and so it's a really great place to come and spend a little money locally and get some things that you wouldn't necessarily be able to get at a department store. These are unique, one-of-a-kind gifts in a lot of cases.
Right.
So I think what I'd like to do is just purchase a bunch of beautiful handcrafts and tell my family that I slaved over them for hours and that I made these things myself. Would that be disingenuous?
Yes.
Yes. But could I do it anyway?
Yes.
Probably. Yeah, I could go there. So, but there's a lot of really, really beautiful fiber art. There's some really cool bowls and scarves and just really nice things. So.
And a lot, there's more here than I thought. There's a lot more things. What's Jen doing? She's just walking around peddling her stuff. Those are big shoes. What are they? What size are they? Huh.
Huh.
That's a man's man right there. Size 13.
I think that's E-Dog's size.
Well, you know what they say. Big hands and big feet, right? Means big shoes and big gloves.
That's right.
That's
That's right.
pretty
That's
much it,
exactly what
kids.
they say. Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So. So
Yep,
live
no,
coverage.
This is a family radio show.
Right.
So.
Live coverage by Kyle Gunderman going over to G's Country Barn.
That was right at the edge of my block.
How'd you like it?
What?
It's a good place. You bought a couple things in there, haven't you? So did your wife like that item?
I bought it for my mother.
Yeah.
She said, "Do we have to give it to her?"
Ah.
Uh,
Very nice. Would you like to indulge in a piece of homemade candy? Okay, never mind. I'll eat it.
I'm not a sugar guy.
How about you?
Okay.
This is available here too. They got free food here too, by the way.
Oh, where's the free food?
It's over there.
Oh.
Just ask your brother.
Yeah,
He knows. He knows what the free food is.
This is homemade.
Huh? It's homemade candy, yeah. Tina from TM Shenanigans gave it to me. She gave it to me. So there are more and more people, and we're able to watch, the hallways right now. People are filtering through. The event here goes until 3 o'clock this afternoon, and Lisa
There
Coe
you-
will be here till like 3:30.
I will.
Yeah.
Why am I here till 3:30?
Well, you got to clean up.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah.
So-
Yep. No. No. Pretty much not in my contract.
No.
I have to fix this nail. I broke it.
That's a sad little nail.
It's owie. So yeah, that's my agenda for today.
That's your agenda.
And you know what else is today?
What?
Katie Davis's 28th birthday today.
It is.
Woohoo! Happy birthday, my kid.
Happy birthday, Katie.
28.
Happy birthday to you.
Damn.
You aren't going to sing?
Happy birthday to you. Your turn.
Huh?
Happy birthday, dear Katie.
Yeah.
Happy
Happy birthday
birthday
to
to
you. How old are you now? Huh? How? Yeah. Because, Facebook will kick you off for
yeah,
every
well.
little thing.
Yeah, that's not very nice.
Facebook sucks.
They're
Sorry.
also going to kick us off for saying they suck. So we should probably.
Well, no. They realize that. we
Okay,
suck,
so you still suck, Facebook.
Yeah.
So, oh, okay. That's right. We're on YouTube. Good to know.
We're on YouTube. We are live here at Slater Mill Mall. Come on down. You can win a $50 free gas card. I mean, really, sure. I mean, right now is a good time to get a gas card, especially when gas has kind of fallen down to about $2.60 a gallon. So you get more bang for the buck. What do you think?
I think
I think.
that would have come in handy the other day when I was in creepy Hamilton Manor.
In New York.
The scariest town in the Catskill Mountains. Mm-hmm.
No, that is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I don't even know how many stores are here, but there are more that are opening up. Here comes Sean Anderson with his. Of course, didn't bring anybody else food. Just brought himself food.
Mac and cheese is
brought himself.
That's what I'm going to make for dinner tonight.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah.
He's eating one noodle at a time.
So why aren't you coming over to dinner? What?
Oh, God, you have no idea. Today has just been.
Am I the best cook in the world, though? I really am.
You are a very good cook, yeah.
If I made the chili, you'd come over.
No. Believe me. Genta Claus is walking by.
That sounds like somebody out of Fiddler on the Roof.
Papa.
Gentile Claus.
Papa.
Oh, Lordy Lord.
What are you thinking?
That was like one of the first things I did when I moved to Griswold. I remember in 1979, right after I moved here, the entire 8th grade class walked down to the State Theater, and we all watched Fiddler on the Roof. Isn't that a random memory? So.
Another more random me remembering watching Neil Diamond jazz singer at Mike's house.
I watched Jazz Singer with Jane Marinello at the State Theater after going to Taiping for dinner. So Taiping was the bomb. They really did have the best fried wontons. They did. So, and where are they now? Gone.
Yeah.
Lame.
So Slater Mill Mall, Jewett City, Wedgwood Drive, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 stores. I don't know. There's some lady over there keeps staring in at me, but she doesn't want to say anything as she sits there.
Why are people always afraid to talk on the air? It's just like talking off air.
Yeah, I know. If you can say stuff behind,
That's right.
come on here and say it in the air.
So everybody should probably come in here and do a little plug for their store.
Plug the store.
That's right.
The stores are cool. The stores are really cool. Oh, good. Send him in.
Awesome. Do we have to do some presidential, like hail to the chief?
They're a lot of fun. You want to do that? Okay. So Sean Anderson is going to go ahead and he's going to enter.
Are you going to interview him while you're eating macaroni and cheese, though? Because I feel like that's not like.
No, it's fine.
Walter Cronkite did not interview people while eating macaroni and cheese. He
didn't?
Not even Geraldo. Maybe 1980s Geraldo, because he was still kind of shady.
I think so too.
Dun 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 dun.
Hey, Brian Lanou, the president-elect of the 45th District. Come on in. Come on in. Now, do you know Sean? Do you know Sean Anderson?
You bet I know Sean Anderson.
He says he wants to interview you.
He thinks he.
He has a couple of times, absolutely. He's making sure I stay honest and then the straight and
Are you
narrow,
good with that?
Maintain my promises. I'm great with that.
He's got look, he's got your shirt on and everything.
No, he's like, okay, that means I'm doing good so far. Excellent.
All right, so I'm going to hand the headset over to Mr. Anderson here. He's going to talk to Brian Lanou, who just is swinging on by here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. And Brian, of course, is the 45th District Rep elect. That will take office in January after he defeated Steve Micatel in this November's election. So I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Anderson, and he's going to talk to Brian. Good to see you, Brian.
Likewise.
Fine.
How you doing, Brian?
Mr. Anderson,
Good
pleasure
to
to
see
see
you.
you again. How you been?
It's
I like
been-
that shirt you got on there.
Oh, I
Looks,
know. It's great. It's great. So what have you been up to recently?
Well, I did get a little bit of rest and relaxation after the election. Catch up on my sleep a little bit.
Probably a good idea.
Absolutely. Also putting together a transition team to help me out on making sure we have a smooth transition into the office and getting a lot of concepts of some bills all lined up. Meeting with a lot of fellow legislators, meeting with my partner in the Senate, Heather Somers, and some neighboring representatives from Eastern Connecticut to make sure we're heard loud and clear as a region come January.
That's great. So I talked to you. We were at one of the automotive places here in Griswold, and you were talking about how you were going to go up to Hartford and find out what committee you're going to be on. Have you figured that out yet?
Yeah, I met with leadership, met with Themis Claridis. She's the House Minority Leader. I was hoping to be this. I was hoping to call her Madam Speaker, but I think we're gonna have to wait a couple of years for that. But we discussed some of my background. I think where it could be most useful, and I'm hoping to hear this coming week what those assignments will be, and I'll make sure to report to you guys as soon as I have that.
That sounds good. Now, this is your first. Is this your first time running for public office?
Yeah, it was the
And-
first time running,
First
first time winning. So.
And for people that don't know, what was the reason behind you wanting to run for public office for the first time?
Well, there's a few of them. There's a few reasons, but the biggest frustration I had was I saw the potential and the value of the people of the 45th District, what we have to offer, where we're located geographically. Again, halfway between Boston and New York, wealthiest corridor in the nation. And we have some fantastic people, great workers, great youth. Have so much to offer, scenic beauty as well as potential commerce districts, and that just wasn't being tapped into. It's not because business owners and in different industries aren't aware of us. They are. It's unfortunately that 10,000-foot view from Hartford that's not very friendly towards business and industry coming in. A lot of the new technologies, and I really wanted us to capitalize on that, and that was a major reason for running. So we don't have that brain drain. Families don't keep leaving our state. Our seniors don't keep leaving, as well as the businesses. I wanted to keep our youth here, our young people. And I think one way of doing that is encouraging the new innovations to come in, the new technologies. So people of your age, our people in their early 20s, teenagers, can tap into that resource and be part of the new frontier, as President Kennedy said 60 years ago. And I think we're on the cusp of that yet again. So.
That's great. That's great. So, what is the biggest thing you want to accomplish in office? You talked about technologies. Is that the biggest thing you want to accomplish? Lowering taxes probably is on there. Everybody wants to do that. But what is the biggest thing you want to get out of these next 2 years in office?
I would say opportunity.
Okay.
To create more opportunity for our citizens, our district, again, our youth, our workers, our families, the opportunity to succeed and do well. I would like to do that. I'd like to accomplish that, and at least be part of that conversation. I think we have an uphill battle with some of the plans I'm hearing from the other side, but I hope we can work in a bipartisan fashion to accomplish a lot of things I talked about, and quite frankly, a lot of other candidates who are now going to be legislators.
Now, I watch a little bit of news, and I know that both sides right now up in Washington are kind of divided, and they all stick to one side and one side only. So how can you and other legislators come together and work for the common good of the people, even though the Democrats control both the House, the Senate, and the governorship?
Well, we got a lot of work to do. I think it's a matter of just articulating the message, getting the word out, reaching out to the other side. There are, for example, there's a new state senator. There's going to be a new state senator from Greenwich, Democrat. She defeated Scott France, who I think was a very, very capable and good senator. But nonetheless, she's going to be the new senator come January, and she talked about scaling back the corporate tax. I think she even mentioned cutting it in half. That's where I'm at. I'm looking at submitting a bill to do that. I'd like to see that happen. Now, if she's on board with that, and there's a lot of Democrats on board, and we can get a bipartisan effort to cut the corporate tax in half, I think that's a step in the right direction. If they're open to deregulation, let's phase out. Let's get rid of a lot of the archaic and overburdensome regulations that's crippling businesses, that's preventing them from growing or locating to our state. Those are the type of things I want to make happen. So if we can work together and find the areas we agree on first, let's tackle those issues. Let's get meaningful legislation passed and sent to the governor. I think that's what we need to do first. Then we can have the arguments on our differences.
That sounds great. Hopefully, you can do that. Now, tolls have been a big thing that the governor-elect has supported. Where do you stand on tolls?
I oppose them.
You oppose
I
the tolls?
I oppose them as a candidate. I oppose them as a representative-elect. I'll oppose them as a representative. I think a toll is another fancy word for a tax.
Right.
70% of the it's estimated 70% of the revenue from the tolls will come from in-state residents, and the 30% that comes from out of state will be difficult to collect. Studies have showed Massachusetts, for example, they're having a very hard time collecting the tolls from out-of-state people,
right?
Because they're not residents there. They may never go back to that state again, and the cost of attempting to collect the revenue is more expensive than collecting the revenue itself. So it's actually they're actually working at a loss on when it comes to out-of-state tolls.
I've already said to family, if they put tolls up on 395, I'm just going to take Route 12 up through Killingly and do it that way. I mean, there are ways around them.
Sure, and I don't fault you for doing that. Not at all. And there's I say it's actually smart, but at the same time, think about the pressure that's going to put on our secondary roads.
Right.
We have a road problem now currently that the roads are in disrepair. The money's going to other places it shouldn't be going to, and they're already hurting. Now, just think about the added pressure that's going to put on the roads by everybody going secondary.
Right.
You know, and that's something I don't think they're considering either, and it's a great point you're making.
Yeah, and how about the community colleges? I know I've talked to you about the community colleges. There are rumors that there's going to be a bill or there's going to be a plan to combine all the community colleges under
Yeah.
one name.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing one president instead of having like a president for every college, just one for like all, I think 7 or 8 community colleges here in the state. What do you think about that?
I think obviously I think we're a little top heavy, certainly in higher education. I want to focus on most of the money going directly in the classroom, focusing on direct teacher, faculty to student ratios. If we can lower those somehow, that's where the money needs to be focused on. I think at UConn, for example, a lot of the state universities, there's too much administrative cost. I'd like to see that scaled back and go more in classroom. As far as consolidation, look, we're facing a almost $4 billion deficit in the next 2 years. We don't have a tax problem, we have a spending problem. So we're going to have to look to cut where we can.
Where would you? Sorry to cut in,
Sure.
but where do you think the budget cuts should start? What programs or what things would you look to cut to balance that budget a little better?
I think I think everything should be on the table. We need to look. We need to look at programs that are not working. We need to spend wiser and not more. And so I think every department needs to be on the table. We need a top to bottom approach. We need to have audits, do the forensic audits, look at what's in disrepair. And there's a lot that is. And I think that's where we need to go. Again, I think we're a little top heavy in our departments. I think we may have to look at scaling some of the administrators back. Not just education. I'm talking a lot of different departments. You know, when you have the assistant to the assistant commissioner, and it's people essentially passing papers back and forth every day. That's what we need to look at. And I'll tell you something else. A state job needs to be a good job. It can't be the best job around. If there's a job in the private sector where somebody's making 65, 70,000, that same position in state government, state service, a person should not be making 150,000. And right now, that's what's existing in many, many different jobs. So for our next generation of workers, it needs to be on par with the free enterprise in our private sector. What are positions like that making in the private sector? Be on par, if not lower. I think the best jobs, again, need to come from private sector, not from state service.
That's great. And now we're here on Wedgewood Drive at the Slater Mills.
Yes.
A lot of small businesses in the mall that they're calling it. How do you help smaller businesses grow into bigger businesses or help them to expand?
Right. I think the way we need to do that, I feel, as a state government, is really by getting out of the way. That's the biggest piece. So I will be asking all these businesses. I've talked to a few of them. I'll be speaking at the Chamber of Commerce in Jewett City later this month, and they need to tell me different industries what's holding them back. I'm going to ask them the same question you asked me. What will it take to grow? What regulations are holding you back? For example, I'd like to see a bill to copy Donald Trump when he talked about for every new regulation that comes into existence, and then he's given an agency, they have to look at getting rid of 2. I think Connecticut, we can even go for 3. I would like to see any new regulation that's introduced by a department, and they're gonna add to the books, or they're seeking legislatively. They gotta give us 3 that they're gonna eliminate. I think if we do that, only the very top priorities as far as regulatory necessities will be in place, and the rest will be gone. And I think that would allow businesses to thrive and succeed.
That's great. So you have a 2-year term coming up.
Yep.
Do you support term limits? And if you get reelected, how much longer would you be willing to go?
Yeah, I would actually look at. I think in the state legislature, I think we need to look at maybe 2 4-year terms.
Okay.
I don't like the idea of 2-year terms. for example, I'm going to be heading to Hartford. My first, essentially first 6 months there, I'm going to be looking for the bathroom, for where my office is, how to get from one office to another, and then when we get done, before you know it, we're on break. We come back, and then I'm facing re-election again. So, I think if we went to the 4-year terms, that would give me more time to. We can have conversations with people, talk to people, continuing to fight for legislation, as opposed to looking towards re-election. So I think a 4-year term is more responsible. But I think if you can't get it done in 8 years, I don't think you should be there. Yeah. So I think we should keep it. I'm planning on introducing a term limit bill for 2 4-year terms.
And it does seem kind of weird that we term limit the president, but not the people that make the laws, because the president just signs the laws and the governor is the same thing.
Right.
So you have the people that aren't term limited staying in office for a very long time, some of them,
Right.
and there's no way to stop them except for voting them out. But sometimes they run unopposed because they have so much power that nobody can run against them.
Yeah, the median term in office, somebody back in the 1800s, was 3 years. Now it's 12 years.
Yeah.
So I think that's a long time, and it's meant to be a citizen legislature. Historically, it was farmers that went up there, and decided what's best for to work on laws that are best for society in Connecticut. Certainly listened. They had a lot of town hall meetings, church meetings back home. Knew what the consensus was, then took those issues to Hartford, and they got it done relatively quickly. Now it seems like we have more full-time professional politicians, and I think we need to get away from that.
Definitely, definitely. All right, Mike, do you have any questions for the Representative-elect Lanu?
No, not at this. Well, I was going to show you something.
I have a question.
Oh, you have a question?
Now, I know that you were a world champion power lifter. Would you be able to deadlift Anderson?
Well, I don't know. He's a pretty tough guy. He's pretty resolute, and he's a strong advocate for his position. So
We don't care if you drop him.
I kind of do.
yeah, he might have something to say about that. So
Yeah,
we got to work on tort reform first.
well, quite honestly, he's already been dropped a few times. You know that.
Has that been made public knowledge yet? Or?
Well, there goes my my governor run. When I run for governor someday, there. Just
See that she's your nemesis already.
Yes.
It's true.
Well, I think he still has it together. Look, he's got the Brian Lanu shirt on, so I say he's a very intelligent man.
Well, I wanted to find out like something like Griswold, and my Griswold football shirt was in the wash, and I saw my Brian Lanu shirt all folded up. I said, I'm gonna wear my Brian Lanu shirt.
Fantastic.
So,
it was
worked
great.
out.
You were actually at my victory party.
Yes. Oh, it was a great night.
Yeah, it was an election party turned into a victory party. So you were there, and Mike, and it was so great to see everybody. And we got Bert Sorrell in the room. We had the big rally at his.
I was at that too.
Yes, at Sorrell's Pizza. We had a great time. Facebook gave us a great response, and it was a real great kickoff right into the election day. So it's great to see my good friend Bert Sorrell here.
Well, and it was also great to be a part of it. I felt honored for you to, ask us to do that for you. And, the way the state has been, it was nice to see a fresh face in there, somebody that wasn't already into the politics. And I think that's why most of the people wanted you in there. They wanted a little bit of change, and they wanted somebody that wasn't just being the yes person up there in Hartford. They wanted somebody that actually cared about the people, and the way you came across to people was genuine. The way you got out there and went to people's door to door when your opponent didn't. And I think that is the reason why you are where you are today, because you got out there and you let people know what you're about and what you stand for, and you stand for most of what our people stand for. And I believe that's the reason why you're where you are, and I believe you're going to do a great job up there. I really do, and I have no doubt in my mind of what you're going to accomplish. And I think the goals you set for yourself, just as far as the election, you set your goals. I think you expected your goals, And I think that's what's going to happen while you're in Hartford. I really do.
Well, I appreciate that. And as I was telling Sean before he walked in the room, I'm planning on attending the Chamber of Commerce meeting that you guys are going to be having later this month at the VFW. Great prime rib. Looking forward to it again. Yes. And I think it was prepared by yours truly, right?
Yeah, me and my son. My son, kind of pretty much runs the kitchen with me. Yeah. When I'm not there, he's there to watch over things like me being here today. He's at the restaurant watching over our day-to-day operations and stuff like that. And you need good people around you. I always say that.
Excellent. And as I definitely wanted to say too, is make very, very clear, is Bert is, I'm going to be telling them at the VFW, and I'm telling you and asking all the other business owners, let me know what's holding you guys back from growing. What will it take to grow, to have more jobs, to have more businesses come to the area? Specifically, what is it in state regulations, what specific state taxes is holding you guys back? Because I want to see we could be that. We could be shining again here in the 45th. We have it all. We just don't have a very friendly state government. So I need to know specifically from business what burdens is the state putting on you, so I can submit those bills in Hartford. We got to do it sooner rather than later. I'm going to be sworn in on the 9th of January. We got about a week after that. So this is the time to give me what I need. Give me the information so I can go forward with it.
And I think that's where the difference is going to come from is, I think everybody in the business is on a even keel. And I think you're what we need to put us over the top to get us more successful than we have been for the years. You know what I mean? And I mean, we've been in this town now for coming up on 11 years now. And, I've seen so many kids go from, kindergarten to graduation at the schools up here. And, I built a lot of relationships with these kids that are, used to come in after football games, and now they're bringing their kids into my place. And it makes me feel older, don't get me wrong, but it's nice, I love this community. I mean, people think I live in this community, and I don't. But Griswold, Jewett City, Lisbon, this community has been so good to us. Yep. And that's why we try to give back whatever we can to this community and help out wherever we can,
That's fantastic. It's neighbors helping neighbors.
And that's
truly what it's all about.
It takes a village.
Right.
It does.
I think that's one of the things I'm the biggest proponent of is if even we give block grants, give money back to the local communities. Like you take the Youth Service Bureau here in Griswold. Ryan Arborn runs that. A fantastic individual. The one bill that passed that was very, very positive in the last session was if a juvenile gets picked up for their first time offense, a trooper, policeman, the arresting officer has discretion. Do we want to send them through the court system, which is going to and through DCF, which is going to cost tens of thousands of dollars, and that's just the belly of the beast in state government, or we can turn them over to a local youth service bureau.
And then there's nobody better than Ryan.
The Juvenile Review Board. Well, what they set up here in Griswold, as you might know, is we have we have a committee of teachers. Ryan's on it, guidance counselors, parents. Save thousands of dollars. When you have more local control, the local community, the local people on these boards know the individual kids a lot better than a DCF agent or members of the judicial system from Hartford.
And I think that our next generation is very important. These are the kids that are going to be running our town or running our state, or and if we don't teach them the right things to do, and I mean nobody's perfect. I mean that's the bottom line. Everybody thinks they're perfect, they're not. But for I mean, like, nobody does better than Ryan. I've worked with Ryan. We donate money from Jacob's Run every year to the youth center. Actually, we'll be giving $1,000 to the youth center. We usually do it in December every year after Jacob's Run. But what we do, $1,000 right off the top of Jacob Run goes to the youth center.
That's fantastic.
Because yeah, okay, Ryan gets paid, okay, but nobody sees behind the scenes of what he does that he doesn't get paid for, okay, and any little bit help that we can give is going to give him more tools to be able to help our youth. And
Well, I think you're commended for doing that. Certainly, that money's going to the right place. It's a great organization, and I think it should be a model of excellence around the state, where others can learn from him, learn from the work that's being done. And I think if we had, another
if we could
160,
clone- if we could
200,
clone him.
200 youth service bureaus like that around the state, we'd be in great shape.
And this town is very lucky, okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I live in East Killingly, so I live in the Killingly area. There isn't anything like what we have here in Jewett City and Griswold,
Right.
in Killingly. This town is very lucky from a lot of towns that are in Connecticut that don't have this and don't have a Ryan Aubin. Directing, the town or any function that we have in this town, it goes through pretty much him and our volunteers and stuff like that. And I don't think we would be able to do what we do in this town without that. On another note, not just helping kids, they help our community, doing whatever, and to me it's big because, when I was a kid, baseball, football, Cub Scouts were a big part of my childhood. I think
Sure.
that kept me in the right direction to where I needed to be.
Yep.
Not that I've always been perfect because I'm far from it, but those avenues really put me in the right position to make me be the grown up I am today.
Sure.
So
Absolutely.
I think whatever we can do for our youth is very, very, very important.
Absolutely, and I definitely echo that. And one of my plans, we're working on it right now, is forming the legislative youth group in the 45th district, getting together a lot of the different kids from Griswold High School and the surrounding high schools from the 5 towns that comprise the 45th district, and sit down with me and discuss a lot of issues, a lot of the problems they see, help research potential legislation, and help me write the legislation itself. I'll be submitting it in Hartford, and we'll have a lot of these young people can go up to Hartford, testify to different committees, see how the process works, and I think we'll be getting a lot accomplished.
It's like we do things with the school other than the youth center. The high school runs a transitioning program.
Okay, why don't I just put this on?
sure.
That's probably a good idea.
They run a transitioning program up at the high school, and what they do is we coordinate with them at the high school, and they send special needs kids, troubled teens, down to the restaurant. We teach them everyday things, about the job, about working, about everything, and we also do job shadowing. A lot of the kids at the high school come down. They job shadow for like 6 to 8 hours. We try to teach them that you got to work for what you want. You have to keep moving forward. You have to, even if you got 2 steps back, take 3 steps forward. And if you keep doing that, our youth is going to be strong.
Okay. I'm sure Burr, I certainly can relate. Most people in the business world is success is never a straight line. You're gonna have a lot of hurdles. There's gonna be a lot of zigzags, but overall, like you said, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward.
And
you get to where we need to be.
You know what my thing is, Brian? My motto is at the restaurant is build a strong team so nobody knows who the boss is. Okay, because when I work with my employees, if I'll get on the floor and scrub floors with them, I work right beside my employees. I feel that if you work with them, and if I ask them to do something, I try to say please. I try to say thank you. If you give respect, you'll get respect. And I found out that people work harder for you when you respect them and as an equal, whether you're the boss or not. And it's worked out, good formula for us anyways. I have some great employees that are, everybody's replaceable, even me, even being the owner. But I feel they're irreplaceable, some of my employees,
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, as you mentioned, they send them down from the school where a lot of the different kids can learn the different skills who may be interested in the restaurant business, whatever end that may be, if it's culinary or if it's
Business side.
service or business itself, or how you prepare a budget. And I think that needs to be encouraged. I think our apprenticeships need to be encouraged in the community, where if it's rather like you say, going into the restaurant business, being involved in that, or if somebody wants to be a lawyer, a doctor, what have you. A lot of these beautiful businesses out here, you can see.
I know there's some great stuff out here. I see some great crafts out there. When I was walking by, they had some good food out there, and
it's you got some great product and you have great people.
Yeah, you should come down here to Slater Mall. I mean, I was really impressed when I walked in on the type of stuff they have down here, and my biggest thing at my restaurant, and I try to, attitude reflects leadership. Great. And if you have bad attitudes, maybe the boss or the president or the governor or whoever is in charge should maybe look at themselves and say, why do my people have this attitude? Why? Because it's probably coming from the top.
Right.
Yeah,
and I think too, a lot of people are very very upset with their government on the state and federal level, and rightfully so.
Yeah,
and,
I agree.
That's why I think we need to have again the power of government starts with the people. I've said that on the campaign. I'll say it now.
Well, I'll tell you, the people spoke by putting you in. I'll tell you. They spoke out loud, and I couldn't agree with them 100%. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and badmouth Kevin Skolchek. I think he did a great job while he was in office. Yeah. He was still very much part of this community, even though he was still in Hartford. And, I think he did great things for Griswold while he was in office. I really, as a business person in this town, I have no complaints. I know everybody has other avenues they want to explore after, politics and stuff like that. I mean, he was a correctional officer. He was a big part of the state of Connecticut for many years,
Yeah, he did like I say, did a great job. Again, he was a citizen legislator.
Yep.
He came was cut from that cloth, which was good. And I think we're going to hear a lot more from Kevin Skolchek.
Sumner's, he supported, some really good people that were put in office. And, I just think there's great things down the road for this town and our state. Hopefully, I know we got going to be paying tolls and stuff like that. And
I hope not.
I hope not too.
We're going to fight that tooth and nail. I can tell you, my caucus is dedicated to that. The Republican caucus in Hartford. We lost a few seats, unfortunately, so the numbers aren't as close as they were, but. I think a lot of the Democrats even see how this is not a good thing.
I understand. Let's toll out-of-state vehicles. Because you got to understand, a lot of these people are coming to Foxwoods, Mohegan Sun, are coming from out of state, and I'm not necessarily saying. I mean, you got to look at it this way, Brian. I live in East Killenly.
Yep.
And every day it's going to take me, it's going to cost me an extra maybe $40 a week just to get to work every day. And I mean, some people can't afford that money, and I understand that. And, me coming back and forth to work, you're talking, $40 extra a week with tolls being put in just for me getting to East Killenly to Griswold. That's $120 a month. That's $1,500 a year. I mean, people that are living on fixed incomes and
Legalization of marijuana.
Well, and look at what that's done. Okay, they opened up the first one in Northampton, Massachusetts. Mm-hmm. So my thing is I'm not saying to be like Massachusetts and not regulate it like the state's not regulating it. Like, Mike, if you lived in, let's say you live in Massachusetts, because I read up a lot about this. Let's say you lived in Massachusetts. Okay, you're allowed